This is Alexa, Brianna, Matt, and Biagio's presentation that we did on Wawa. Wawa actually started as an iron foundry in 1803 here in New Jersey. Then, towards the end of the 19th century, the owner George Wood was interested in dairy farming. In 1902, in the town of Wawa, Pennsylvania, the family began a small dairy processing plant. The company was very successful for the time being until home delivery of milk declined in the early 1960s. This is when George's grandson, Graham, decided to open the first Wawa food market in 1964, where he would sell the family's dairy products. Today, Wawa is a chain of over 850 stores located in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, Florida, and Washington, D.C., with over 35,000 employees. It is a great place to stop for built-to-order foods, beverages, coffee, gas, and even offers an ATM with no surcharge. Wawa also offers their own brand that includes products like built-to-order hoagies, freshly brewed coffee, breakfast sandwiches, built-to-order specialty beverages, and many more items. This is Wawa's corporate governance structure. The current chairperson for Wawa is Jared Kulota, and Chris Gleason is the current CEO and president. Prior to being CEO, he was the first chief financial officer, which is now the role of Jeff Bagwell. As of 2014, Jim Morey has been the chief operations officer of Wawa. In 2017, Brian Schaller took over as senior vice president. Their VP of strategy is Alexander Costabile, and the chief information officer is John Collier.
The structure of Wawa continued. Wawa has almost 800 location non-franchised and 35,000 employees in 6 different states, including Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and Florida, and they're headquartered in Wawa, Pennsylvania. The first Wawa food market opened up in Folsom, Pennsylvania in 1964. Later in 1968, the first Wawa in New Jersey opened up. The very next year, a Wawa store opened up in Delaware. Wawa was expanding rapidly, and people loved the services Wawa had to offer. In a few short years, Wawa opened up their 100th store in Marlton, New Jersey in 1972. Since then, Wawa has been only progressing and growing. They continue to innovate and redesign their service model to offer the highest quality products to their customers in an efficient manner. Wawa is still looking to expand and gain market share, closing in on their top competition in the industry. With its $11 billion in revenue, it's closing in on industry leader 7-Eleven, which has more than 10 times the number of U.S. stores, around 9,500, and brings in a reported $18 billion each year. Furthermore, Wawa is 41% employee-owned, and some say its employee stock ownership plan is the second largest ESOP in the country. When it was expanded in 2003, shares were worth $900. In 2018, they were worth around $10,000. And last year, that number was cited as $14,000 per share. Inc. reported many workers get to retire as millionaires. And now for the social purpose of Wawa. Wawa's social purpose has always been more than a place that just serves food, coffee, and fuel. They define their social purpose as playing a larger role in the lives of those they serve, which transcends to their commitment to convenience and satisfaction. Their core purpose goal goes beyond just a customer's orders. They believe in fulfilling customer lives every day. Their goals, decisions, and purpose revolves around their customers. In addition, Wawa believes in valuing employees as they are what brings Wawa's purpose to life daily. Wawa believes in providing trusted products that are high quality, safe, and from suppliers who provide sustainable foods, as well as consulting with nutrition experts who provide wholesome options at all locations. Wawa believes in building stronger communities through care, compassion, and kindness, doing so by holding events and supporting organizations that drive communities. Lastly, Wawa believes in ensuring a cleaner, safer world for current and future generations through their actions and innovations. Examples include using solar wind farms to power stores and by having the first store with no fuel pumps and electric charging only. And some barriers to growth that Wawa experiences does affect them in many ways. Wawa does experience barriers that may limit or prolong their growth rate. Some of these factors include economies of scale for oil and gas and inflation and other economic factors that Wawa has no control over. External factors can be systemic, and Wawa will unfortunately be able to do nothing about it. However, the way they respond and how quickly they can adapt to external factors will test their business's strength to see if they can survive in the long run. Also, Wawa is only operating in 6 different states presently, so they may face a lack of brand awareness in various regions of the country. Furthermore, Wawa is competing with large brands such as 7-Eleven, who currently creates the most revenue in the convenience store industry. It may be challenging for Wawa to expand into other parts of the country that are unfamiliar with Wawa, but they are used to seeing a 7-Eleven on every corner. There are also various convenience store chains that are more prevalent in other parts of the country that Wawa will have a hard time competing with. For example, Wawa may find it challenging to gain brand awareness or to attract customers in Texas because Wawa would be competing with a popular chain like Buc-ee's. Furthermore, Wawa may in the future experience a lack of demand for gas. Society is pushing more eco-friendly sources of energy for cars. Additionally, there have been government incentives for Americans to make the switch to electric-powered vehicles. Wawa may have to pivot and adjust their business model, as this could very well be a possibility that gas will become less and less popular. In this instance, moving to different parts of the country where other convenience stores are popular gives them the competitive edge over Wawa, because that is what people are used to. So there are a few ways that Wawa can attack these barriers to growth. So every situation is different, but it is important for Wawa to assess the entirety of each problem. It is important to assess how an oncoming issue and/or barrier affects their business in present time as well as for the future of the business. Wawa could potentially raise the prices of their products in order to address inflation. Wawa can invest in research and development when interest rates are low so they can stay on top of customer trends, preferences, and other variables that could make Wawa more profitable. It will be very crucial for Wawa to conduct a detailed SWOT analysis every 6 to 12 months as they look to innovate, expand, and adapt to the world around them. A SWOT analysis is essential in determining a company's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Once Wawa gathers all of this relevant information, they can then adjust their business model as they see fit in order to position themselves in their industry as they would like. Wawa should also be diligent and cautious in how they invest their capital. Capital is necessary when a business looks to grow and progress. Wawa should be researching who would be the best suppliers to work with in order to get the best bang for their buck. Also, Wawa will want to conduct extensive research on where and when to open up new store locations to determine if a new location will be successful. Wawa then will want to focus on marketing their new stores to a region that may be unfamiliar with the chain. This will increase their brand awareness and spread a positive reputation to customers. In the end, Wawa will be the brand that they want their customers to remember by providing quality products and services in an efficient and pleasant manner.
Next, we're going to move into the SWOT analysis.
Next up, we have the SWOT analysis. As for strengths, Wawa's hours contribute as a strength, with most stores being open 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Competitive prices and variety is also another strength because they offer a variety of foods and beverages that a local deli would have, such as their infamous hoagie sandwiches starting at just $4.79, in which Wawa allows customers to customize almost all their food offerings to fit their taste preferences. Another key strength is how Wawa offers their in-house branded foods and beverages, which includes their own milk, coffee, iced tea, soda, orange juice, and pastries. Lastly, Wawa's service is amongst their strength, as an Ohio State University study found their customer service and employee friendliness to be the most mentioned when serving Wawa customers. As for weaknesses, Wawa operates more than 700 convenience stores, which are only found in the eastern coast region of the United States. Wawa's business model is not revolutionary, nor is it hard to replicate, which can lead to more competition in the future. There's nothing proprietary about serving good food and pumping gasoline to customers. Lastly, Wawa has seen weaknesses when it comes to their promises with former employees. Wawa offers managers and senior employees stock ownership of the company for retirement savings, but the company has seen multiple lawsuits from former employees for taking action and forcing them to sell their stock holdings when departing from the company. For opportunities, Wawa can utilize advanced machine learning and artificial intelligence to change the way they operate to become more efficient and lower costs. They can also use artificial intelligence to track consumer trends, behaviors, and demand for specific products. Drive-through services is another way in which Wawa can excel in the future, especially in higher traffic locations. They recently experimented with this idea in January of 2021, opening their first drive-through location in West Hampton, New Jersey. Another opportunity lies in Wawa's locations in which they can expand out of the East Coast into the West and more southern states of the United States. Lastly, electric car charging stations can be an opportunity for Wawa if they can implement them at all their locations and have faster charging than their competitors. As for threats, supply chain issues, like what many companies have seen throughout the pandemic, has created shortages for specific food products and increased costs as well. Competition like Quick Check, 7-Eleven, Royal Farms, Ingles Markets, and Sheetz are all competing for market share and customer loyalty, with 7-Eleven having the most locations out of all the convenience stores. Wawa has to catch up and increase their footprint across the country to gain more market share. Another threat lies in the form of data breaches in which criminals attempt to steal customers' credit card information by installing malicious software on the card processing systems at Wawa gas pumps, which happened and affected 30 million customers. Lastly, shoplifting is a threat to Wawa as more Americans result to this when they begin to run out of financial aid because of the pandemic and simply cannot afford the increase in food costs because of inflation. For the ice strips analysis, first off, we have innovation. So in the external environment, electric cars and electric car charging stations are on the rise, and Wawa has taken notice by implementing 80 locations with electric vehicle chargers. And other innovations quickly accelerating across the country are mobile ordering and mobile payments and self-checkout kiosks, which Wawa has already implemented in all their stores. Competition. For competition, the convenience store business is a $550 billion industry, largely dominated by the Japanese-owned company 7-Eleven. Wawa's other competitors include Quick Check, Royal Farms, Ingles Markets, and Sheetz, who offer similar food and beverage services alongside gasoline and diesel to their customers. Economic factors. Inflation has run rampant over the past year, and gas and food prices have significantly increased, with gas prices rising from $2.44 per gallon last year, upwards of $4 per gallon this year. Food items such as meat, eggs, and dairy have risen by 12.8%, affecting Wawa and competitors, forcing them to raise prices on their customers. Demographics. Expanding in suburbs and aiming to build stores with a dense population and high traffic would be ideal. Wawa's current demographics include primarily Gen X and Boomers, making up 72% of their customers. In addition, 40% of their customers have an income higher than $80,000 a year. For the regulatory environment, Wawa complies with environmental ordinances in various locations, such as banning plastic straws in New Jersey, adhering to a plastic bag tax in Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. Infrastructure. It takes 6 months to build and open a Wawa store, and by outsourcing development allows them to expand and meet their goal of opening 50 new stores per year, in which they build out long-term leases with the developers. Wawa's food and beverage services account for more than 50% of their revenue, which does not include grocery items such as snacks and candy. Wawa believes quality and food safety are fundamental to their business. Therefore, they have integrated a quality food program that is designed to uphold high standards to deliver fresh, safe, and sustainable products and practices to their customers. For partners, a recent partnership was announced with EVgo, a public fast charging network for electric vehicles. The partnership is currently active in 6 Wawa locations and plans to add more in the future, which enables customers with convenient EV charging. EVgo's charging network is powered by 100% renewable energy and is available in 800 locations across 35 states. Social trends. As for social trends, Wawa needs to keep up with seasonal items such as pumpkin spice flavored lattes in the fall, as well as their reward system application, which would allow customers to build up points on purchases and redeem at Wawa locations for free food and beverages. This helps Wawa build better customer loyalty and boost their revenue over the long term.
Okay, so for this slide, we have the prime fact checklist. So it first starts with the people. So you have Jared Kalota, who's the chairperson, Chris Gasons, who's the CEO and president. Then you have Brian Scholar, who's the senior VP. So next you have the reputation. Wawa is a very well-known company on the East Coast. People in the area know them for having a fresh food category, along with other products. They're built to order hoagies in particular, and one of their most popular items. So now next you'd have the intellectual property. So this would be the Wawa name and logo, Wawa merchandise, trade secrets, patents, licensing, trademarks, and also copyrights. So now you have the market research. Wawa found out that their current market would rather have local ingredients. So to reach this target market, they started to focus on purchasing healthier ingredients to appeal to the customer. Besides the ingredients, they also have seasonal items to increase the customer's interest with each product. Next, we have the ethos. Wawa's mission statement is fulfilling lives every day. They spoke about how Wawa employees are their greatest resource and number one competitive edge. Also, they make sure to provide their employees with a flexible work environment to promote a balanced lifestyle. As for finances, so Wawa is currently ranked the 10th largest convenience chain in the U.S. They had $11 billion revenue in the year of 2021. Wawa spoke about how the average customer spent $7.42 per visit, which ends up being double of the industry average of $4.12. So next you have the agility. So that would be self-checkout, electric car charging stations, drive-through for coffee, food, and snacks, and then you have home delivery and curbside pickup. So now you have the collaboration. So their partnerships with all products they sell at stores. An example could be like Lay's, Powerades, and other products they sell with all their food, nicotine, and gasoline. Along with the partnering with the NJSIA, which supports athletes and local communities. And lastly, the talent. So this would be value people, delight customers, embrace change, do the right thing, do things right, have a passion for winning, and they also have a feature on their website where you can request location for a new Wawa. Okay, so for style, Wawa has a unique style that separates them from competitors. Their logo stands out and is visually appealing. They also have a mascot for the company called Wily Goose. Besides this, they also have a lot of innovations within the company. For example, they have a mobile app where you can place an order for curbside pickup or in-store pickup. Besides their own mobile app, their products are also available on apps like Uber Eats or Grubhub. Lastly, they have seasonal items. This keeps providing the customers with new products throughout the season to keep their interest. Okay, so for the corporate level strategies, Wawa is not a conglomerate and owns their company. In the convenience store business, they have a lot of competition around. Their main competitors would be QuickChek, 7-Eleven, Exxon, and BP. To stand out from the competition, they have made innovations to the company. They have recently added electric vehicle charging services at the locations. This brings in customers who might want to purchase an item while charging their vehicle. Wawa also has an in-store brand of products that they sell. Lastly, they offer a mobile ordering system along with the drive-through and curbside pickup. When comparing these new services that they offer to competitors, it gives them the upper hand.
These are Wawa's shared values. Wawa is a values-based culture that inspires commitment to create a diverse and inclusive atmosphere where everyone can be themselves. They value people by providing a flexible work environment that promotes a balanced lifestyle. They value a consistent customer experience that delivers high-quality products and services. They embrace change because they believe it is an opportunity to distinguish themselves from the competition. They also value doing the right thing by being a good neighbor in each of their store communities by openly communicating and actively listening. Along with that, they value doing things right by applying customer-focused quality principles and designing their systems to be flexible and entrepreneurial. And finally, they have a passion for winning and are determined to achieve any goal by reinforcing commitment and inspiring confidence, self-esteem, and pride. Wawa is always looking to innovate. To stay up to date with innovation and looking ahead to future demand, Wawa has been starting to implement electric vehicle charging stations since 2017. They offer 40 charging stations, which are a mix of Tesla superchargers and third-party electric vehicle chargers. They are looking to add 30 more stations in the upcoming year. They are also beginning to introduce drive-through locations. In 2021, they opened 2 locations with drive-through windows. One is on the side of a traditional fuel store, and the other is a smaller one with drive-through only and no gas. They have also added order-ahead mobile pickup to all their locations. This makes Wawa even more convenient, especially if you are in a hurry to get a quick lunch in between work or school. These innovation aspects will help Wawa stay ahead of its competition. Wawa creates a competitive advantage by using the blue ocean strategy. In 2009, the company began using a blue ocean approach. They felt that Wawa was still strong, but were shifting into more of a red ocean. They knew they had a great concept of convenience store, fuel retailer, and food service provider, but after the recession, competitors were trying to catch up to them. They wanted to stay away from the existing market and take their business to the next level by applying the blue ocean process. They started with their food service, which had the greatest potential for growth and profit. Wawa wanted to eliminate that stigma that if you sell gas, you can't provide high-quality food, so their goal was to change that. They focused on the quality, freshness, and overall health of the food that they were serving at the best possible price. This rebranded Wawa from a convenience store with a gas station that also has food to being a quick service restaurant and a leader in a fast and casual space that offers gas and convenience items. Thank you for listening to our presentation.